Hi, the date is the 23rd of June, 2026, and for today's video, I have been struggling with waiting for my life to happen instead of actually living it, and it's become a real problem. And before, I would just not be capable of living my life, but now I've developed a way to spend half of my life being productive so I'm still functional, and then the other half just not actually just kind of scrolling on my phone or watching a movie or something, like numbing my brain, where I don't want to be like that. I want to actually live my life in the present moment. I want to enjoy living my life. I want to enjoy being productive and enjoy the boredom instead of, or fill the boredom with something I enjoy, better say, instead of filling the boredom with numbing my brain. And what I've noticed is there's things that will pull you towards that and away from that. And the biggest thing I've noticed personally is sleep. So where I think in a society where sleep is getting less and less because electronics and a bunch of other things messing up our circadian rhythm and just gain less sleep in general. I'm not going to get into the science of it, but the fact is we get less sleep than we should, or a lot of us do. And then we'll spend the whole day, we'll spend a part of it being productive, where we're doing something so we don't have to think about it, and we're like waiting for something to happen. We're waiting for like time to do its thing to evolve our life, where we're not actually taking the action we need to. We're just surviving. And then in the spare moments, we numb our brain because, we feel bad because we didn't get enough sleep. So as we're supposed to feel bad, we're supposed to just sit there and feel bad so that we do get good sleep the next night because we know it doesn't feel good. We'll numb that feeling down, and so we won't get another good sleep, and it'll spitball, or it'll roll, it'll get worse and worse. Whereas if we want to actually live in the moment, we have to experience our feelings in the moment, which is, there's the bad side, which is we didn't get enough sleep. We have to feel that uncomfortability for the day and then get some good sleep that night. Or we can go the other way, where we can actually enjoy being productive. We can enjoy doing our work. We can enjoy working, and being functional, and enjoy being in the moment. Have that kind of contentness in us. And it's hard to do that when you're not in the present moment actually enjoying it, because you keep yourself out of the present moment because you feel bad, because you don't want to feel what you're feeling. And yeah, it's like, it's not good. It's like you got to feel the bad stuff, you got to feel the good stuff, you got to just live your life. And a lot of philosophers said that the only way to kind of lose in life is to suffer, where suffering isn't having something bad happen to you, it's staying in the same bad place. It's keeping yourself there instead of seeing things for what they are. And I think I really resonate with that because I spend a lot of my time going on electronics and numbing my brain, whereas I want to be more in the present moment. And back to where I was talking about the idea of waiting for something to happen, I will focus on an event in the future and just think, I can just wait until that happens, and I just need to stay functional and capable until then, which is not the case, because every moment, I'm kind of taking my life for granted that way. And that's only waiting a couple of weeks, but I've known people who have talked about waiting, you know, they're not stressed because, you know, it'll happen over time. And they've talked in the factor of years, actual years. So they're in this waiting mindset for years of their life. And that is like, if you ever looked into philosophy or stoicism specifically, that's a big no-no. You don't want to take time for granted because you don't actually know how much of it you have. And especially just enjoying the present moment is the best way to not take time for granted, is to say, you know, this could be my last moment, so I'm just going to be here. Instead of numb my mind and stay out of the present moment until this event happens. And I'm glad I caught myself early. I've been doing this about 2 days now, and I've noticed things are not as, things get very mentally taxing, like going to the grocery store or having a conversation. They get very mentally hard, and I think first you have to correct the external. You have to correct the thing you're numbing, which can be, you know, it can be internal or external. For me personally, it's my lack of sleep, which makes my head hurt. And then I distract myself from that uncomfortableness with electronics. And it might be something internal. Maybe you have a fear about something. Maybe you're worried about something, so you'll distract yourself from your emotions. But once you solve that, well, I think it's externally causing internally. Like, it's my sleep causing me to have a feeling of unconsciousness. Maybe your job is causing you to have this sort of feeling. And so I think the first step of not waiting is to actually be in the present moment. And if that feeling's uncomfortable, what is it trying to tell you? You know, it's probably like my sleep. It's trying to tell me I'm not getting enough sleep. And if I keep numbing it down, first of all, it's going to make my worst sleep because it's electronics. And second of all, it's going to keep happening. So the first step is just to feel that uncomfortability, which it sucks, yeah, but then it gets better. And not taking the present moment for granted, you know? Not taking time for granted, not saying, you know, well, I have a bunch of years, or I have this, or I have that. You know, I think that can lead you to wasting the time you do have. But yeah, so to sum it up, practicality, fix the thing that is causing the problem in your mind, feel the bad because it's trying to tell you something, and then it'll allow you to go back into the present moment. And also stop waiting. Stop thinking about the future. The future is not going to come, you know? The future will come when you're in it. No pun intended, but it will be there when you are there. And so if you can plan for the future, but don't wait for it. Don't expect it, you know? I guess expect it, but don't wait for it. Don't spend your time. Don't sacrifice the present moment for a future one that you imagine will be better than the present moment, because there is nothing better than the present moment. That is where, you know, that's where everything happens. But yeah, interesting concept, something I'm going to start implementing today. And yeah, just a really complicated way of saying I'm not getting enough sleep. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching.